outside and only God knows. God knows. Get the clinics, but that baby bite this nose. I bite this nose. What's a leg with till they explode? Yeah, 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 yeah. Superstars out. Hey. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man. The leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man. The leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Race with the stars out. Not a boarded house. Get deported out. Moved out for a shot. Marvin the Martian. I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Go. There you go. Go ahead, Go, get out there.
A second down throw for Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Gun. Here we go. Go ahead, Sweat.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And hauled in by Gathers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down. On
second down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
47. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Gun.
Now Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. This is intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The Texans were penalized 124 times last year, 3rd most in the NFL, and now they come up 1st and 15. On the toss, here's Foreman. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up the 3rd down.
Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Green the line! Green the line!
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's got room. Avoids him at the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 38 yards on the scamper there. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On first down, Watson. And Miller with it over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Back to throw, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together.
Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
46.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Quick move by Miller. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. He's got his man on the crossing route. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in the game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Watson hands this to Foreman. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A first down throw for Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here you go. Here we go. 4-8. Hey, 47. Here we go. 46. 46.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Houston. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin with a run by Miller, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Come back, come back. Two jet. Tiger.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3 down. Two jet.
Now it's Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Tiger.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Black 22. Black 22.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Now he'll escape to his left. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second is Watson. And he's going to have to hook up to QT. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Richmond.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Richmond.
On second and 10, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. First down, Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Cooper was the intended target. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. We now proceed to the start of the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. On first down, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Target. 6-man. Check girls. Richmond.
Here's Watson now on second down. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And they'll run for it with Miller. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Lamar Miller stops short of the sticks. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Hey, 47. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second down, Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Hard throw. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield.
Reset, reset, reset.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
What's up, gang?
Let me go secure for the game right quick.
Hey, what's up, gang?
I got it.
I think it's my fault.
For real.
What's up,
Get the
gang?
rest.
Hey, I got that check to go.
I'm gone.
A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No cost. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce.
Good drip. Good drip.
But she love you. Don't cut your.
Yeah,
Reynolds Da Vinci is white.
That's light.
Limited Louis, that's light.
Too light.
Rape in the city, that's light.
That's light.
LED, look at the lights.
Too light.
We the ones don't like.
Don't like.
But you look too light.
Too light.
Why even play with your life?
Your life.
Bank account looking like yikes.
Looking like
I went from filling out kites
That's a call.
to putting it in my block. New Gucci sweater is drill.
That's drill.
Somebody give me a.
Drill.
These ain't like the cops.
Like bugs.
Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No cost. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce.
Good drip.
But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a pogo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm cut like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. My rain. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my eggs down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk. Got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top
I got
notch.
that check to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No cost. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce.
Good drip.
But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with to groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, Could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Drops it to Blue, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
46.
To throw is Prescott. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Foreman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
46.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
46. Here we go. 1-8. Here we go. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
46. Here we go. 1-8. 47. Here we go. 46.
Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Richmond. Come back. Hey, Green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sean Lee in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's a give to Miller. Finding room at the 30. Lamar Miller, the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 82 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Hey, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That's complete. The former basketball star, Rico Gathers. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
46. Let's go. Let's finish now. There we go. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. DJ Reader. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Prescott from the gun. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Black 99 Philly. Richmond. Reset.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. Trucks over him. He's got room to run past the 20. And all the way up to the 21-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Eluded, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Come back.
Here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Tiger. Richmond. Two jet.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this will be caught at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 48 yards. Watson making up for some lost time here in season number 2. He's got the Texans on the move with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw is Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
47.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now Foreman running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
A carry for Foreman. Shreds the tackle. Now he goes spin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Foreman's Achilles apparently back to 100% if that last run was any indication. The Texans with a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Watson. Dancing to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 24-yard and abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up? Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now going up top. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on,
and now nothing but green ahead of him. 30. A big-time ramble there by Foreman. 62 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Rolling to his right. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. following the interception. Here's Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here we go. 47. 47. 47. Here we go. 46. 46.
A first down throw for Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
There we go. Swing. Swing to the field. Right. To the right. 26.
A give to Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Prescott now on second down. That is caught at the 7. First target, first catch, and a first down.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Here we go. 26.
Now Elliott. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll run it with Hill. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And his kick is right there. It's good. Back now in Houston. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Watson now on second down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now it's Watson, forced out to his left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Black dirty not feeling.
They'll run with Foreman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Come back, come back.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He shakes him off. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Black dirty not feeling. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down. Take the edge. Go. Reset.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that'll make it third down.
Reset. Blue 80. Watch the screen. Two jet. Kill.
Watson looks to throw again. He finds his target, Fuller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Come back, come back.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Black dirty there, Philly. Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
46. Awesome. Gun. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now out comes Houston. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And the pitch goes to Miller, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it again with Miller. And some room to work. Lamar Miller, the 30, 20, 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Again, it's Miller. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Houston, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.